So why don't I have social media? To be clear, I do have Discord and YouTube. Now, some of you may consider that social media, some of you may not. I understand how people can see that as social media, but personally, I don't. Let's start with TikTok. I used to have Musical.ly back in the day. I uploaded frequently on there. I probably spent more time creating content rather than consuming content, and it was purely for the fun of it. I truly enjoyed making videos, even though it was just me lip syncing. I downloaded Musical.ly back when I was around 11 years old. Around when I turned 13 years old was when I deleted Musical.ly, and by that point, I don't think I was the only one getting bored of that app. It seemed to sort of die down by then. This would be around 2016 or 17, which is almost around the time it became TikTok. I don't remember how or why I downloaded Musical.ly. I think it just sort of happened and I just stuck with it for a couple of years. Instagram's hard for me. I downloaded Instagram when I was around 11 or 12 years old. My older cousin recommended me the app and I was like, oh, okay, I guess. I still remember her describing it as a friendlier Snapchat. So I downloaded the app. I posted it for a couple of years. I can see why people like it. Personally, it was just way too overwhelming for me, and at the same time very underwhelming. I felt a lot of pressure to have to be persistent and consistent with Instagram, as a lot of my friends were. I did post on Snapchat occasionally, but I mainly used it for taking photos. I was never big on Twitter. I did have it for some time, but never really looked into it much. Overall, my social media experience was pretty lame and boring. By the time quarantine hit, I had Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and TikTok downloaded, and I found myself on social media more than ever, and that might have been because of COVID and meeting online friends, but I would just sit there and realizing I was on my phone, not texting anyone, just scrolling aimlessly on social media, and I hated that feeling so much. It made me just want to like throw my phone across the room, and I had to stand outside to get fresh air, and I realized how bad it was for me. My screen time around 2019 was around 4 hours. By the mist of COVID, 16 to 20 plus hours of screen time. I had also downloaded Discord. I didn't use it much. 2020 was a bad year for a lot of people. It definitely was for me, especially on social media. By this point, I was 15 years old. When 2021 came around, I finally did something that I had never done before. I deleted my Instagram account that I had for years, along with my TikTok account, and I also deleted my Snapchat app, but not my account. I didn't want to lose all my saved memories I had over the years. I did this for 1 month. I realized how bad it was for me, and I wanted to see what difference it would make in my life not having it. After my month was up, I re-downloaded Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. I never re-downloaded Twitter to this day. I created a brand new Instagram account and a brand new TikTok account. This would become a reoccurring theme throughout 2021. I tried my hardest to stay off of it as much as I could. During the month of no social media, my screen time went from 16 hours to around 6 hours. Massive difference. The main reason why I kept re-downloading the apps, I felt social media was crucial to the relationships I had at the time, and they were, but at 17 years old, I already knew it wasn't good for me. Once 2022 reached, I would delete my account days at a time, re-downloading them just to check them once or twice. Of course, my friends thought it was stupid and that I just couldn't discipline myself, but that was true. I felt I was thinking through someone else's mind, seeing the world through someone else's lenses. I felt as if I couldn't think with my own mind or have my own opinion. From the style of clothing I wore to the way I talked, I felt like I had to follow a guideline to be perfect, and I noticed others were too. Summer 2022, I pulled the plug. We were flipping my grandma's old house, and I knew I wouldn't have time for my phone anyways, so I said screw it. I deleted my Instagram account again, I deleted my TikTok account, I deleted my Discord account, and I deleted my Snapchat account with all my memories. I didn't even back them up, all the chats, and I know I could have saved them all, but I literally couldn't handle having the apps anymore. I knew they were making my life worse. Later that month, I re-downloaded Discord and made a new account. The reason why I did that was because that was the main way I communicated with my friends online through gaming, and I don't consider it a social media. The main purpose of it is just to text versus posting things and commenting and sharing and reposting. 7 months later, I have never re-downloaded Instagram, I have never re-downloaded TikTok, I have never re-downloaded Snapchat, I have never re-downloaded Twitter. There's been times where I'd like to check in on people, see what they're up to, but there's never been a moment where I regretted doing what I did. My screen time went from 16 hours in its prime of 2020 to now about 3 hours a day, which usually includes me watching shows or movies. I use Discord every day. I have my own server. I went back to my original YouTube channel, and I now post regularly, and that is this channel that you are watching this video on now. And I have never been happier with my social media life. I feel perfectly fine using Discord. I feel perfectly fine using YouTube. I don't get any fear of missing out or FOMO from not having social media. And I think the most interesting thing about all of this is that I can actually see how I felt, but inside of other people now. I see my family friends around me doing things that they usually wouldn't do, but feel forced to do, or are doing because they're just stuck in this constant loop of social media. I mean, I really thought about it a lot, and I still think about it a lot. Instagram was fun and all in the start, but you can only scroll so much on people's feeds where you basically just go insane. I mean, like, what's the end goal? To just have Instagram for decades, commenting, sharing, liking, reposting? And people use Instagram for different things, but I think the majority of people use it for validation, and that's just something I don't need. I have zero plans of re-downloading any of these. It's not to be different. It's not because I couldn't control myself. I couldn't. That's not the reason why. I just wanted to be free from it all, because I felt like it was a big weight in my life. And I'm not the first person to speak out about this. Many people who have deleted social media, if not all, said it's only beneficial. So that's my opinion on social media. If you have it, you know, no hate or anything, but it was just not my thing, and I don't think it ever will be. And I also don't consider YouTube social media as such a variety of things you can do with YouTube, from cooking to gaming to vlogs. I feel as it's more of a creative platform versus other social medias such as TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat being a validation platform. That's just my thoughts, but that's why I do not have social media. My name is Alekos. I'm 18 years old and I have no social medias. Thank you for watching. Peace.